Hey there, it's Derek with naturalpapa.com. Today is Movember 15th. This is the 15th mustache I've made. It's going up over here on the Mustache Hall of Shame. We're going to auction them off at the end of the month, try to raise some more money for Movember. Hope you've been enjoying it. I'm going to have to get a lot more creative here in the next couple of weeks. Today I want to talk just briefly about colorectal cancer, or colon N rectal cancer. It is the top type of cancer diagnosed in men. The top one. It has a lower death rate than some of the others, maybe because of prevention, early diagnosis. But colon and rectal cancer kills about 50,000 people in the US each year. That's men and women. That's a lot. And there are certain things that you can do to lower your risk or manage your risk. Being overweight or being obese increases your risk. Some things you can do to lower it in your lifestyle would be obviously take care of that issue or work on that issue of obesity. But the recommendations are eat lots of fruit and vegetables every day, 5 servings a day. Ketchup and French fries don't count. Drink lots of water. If you're eating grains, most of us do, bread products, choose whole grain because they have a lot more fiber and nutrients for you than the white bread. Another thing that's recommended is limiting your intake of processed and red meats. It just says limit, it doesn't say you have to be vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for a long time. It works for me. I have no problem with it. I think it's great. But if you are concerned about your risk of colon cancer, you might look at that as an issue that you could address, Meatless Monday, or somehow decreasing or limiting your intake of those foods that are normally served 3 meals a day in our culture. The last thing that you can do that you really have control over is getting physical activity. I mean, it's recommended that Americans get 30 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity 5 days a week. And I don't know that many people who do that unless you're really out playing a sport. And I think it's something you have to think about as you get an adult. Is you have to think about going out and playing. So make an effort to get out and play for a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour, 5 days a week will also lower your risk for colon and rectal cancer. We don't like to talk about colon and rectal cancer either. We'd rather talk about breast cancer, probably because colon and rectal cancer makes us think about our butts, right? Or something, right? And the cliche horror story joke of having to go to the doctor so he can inspect your colon. And maybe that freaks us out. Maybe there's some weird vibe attached to that, and we can joke about it, but we don't want to do it. It's a very serious thing. And if you are at risk, some people are at higher risk, especially if you get above 50, or if you're African American, you really need to pay attention and try to get it detected early. If you don't get it detected early, then through diagnosis, then you will probably get a warning sign of bloody stool, blood from your rectum. There's a number of signs. If you have that, go see a doctor today. Time for the mustache update. I think I'm kind of in stasis here. Not much has changed for a couple days. You must have patience, grasshopper.